那么接下来呢，就是我们 Ethereum 上海峰会上午的最后一个环节，也就是 CEO 炉边谈话。我们非常荣幸呢，请到了吴笑，他是纯白矩阵的 CEO，也是 Chain IDE 的创始人。Chain IDE 呢，也是本次 Ethereum 上海峰会的铂金赞助商，所以非常非常感谢。简单介绍一下 Chain IDE， 它是全球首个云端多链的区块链集成开发环境。目前呢，已经帮助超过185个国家的开发者，累计提供了超过850万次的智能合约编译服务，以及7000万次的区块链中间件流量，是全球区块链开发者的流量入口。那么本次炉边谈话呢，将会以中文进行。So this will be our last session for the Ethereum Shanghai morning sector. For the CEO Fireside chat, we're really pleased to have Mr. Wu Xiao. He's the CEO of White Matrix and the founder of Chain IDE. Chain IDE is also a partner and a leading sponsor of this Ethereum Shanghai Summit, so thank you very much. Chain IDE is committed to the construction and expansion of global developer ecosystem, accompanies global developers to explore the new world of blockchain and brings traffic and innovation to the blockchain ecosystem. And this session will be in Mandarin. The simultaneous interpreting team will provide English translation on the YouTube channel. 那么再次感谢 ChIDE 对于本次峰会的大力支持。那么现在我们就请把吴笑接入到我们的 Ethereum 上海峰会当中。
Hello， 大家好。
Hello， 吴笑。
Hello， 感谢主持人。对。
好
，Thank you, Chairperson.
我可能就是想问你一个问题，就是第一个问题就是
My question, the first question is, as such a young practitioner of Web3, you have undergone, cycles as a newcomer. So what is your understanding of the present cycle? I think each cycle has its own story, but if you want to really calm down and do your R&D, it will actually achieve your success. For example, in 2008, the first successful game is Crypto Tickets, and many followers would like to raise the cat. And then we have seen hundreds of follow-ups, and this is the crypto countries, crypto societies, and there have been a lot of hot potatoes games. We found that for each cycle, there have been different hot spots. Well, what is annoying is you have done a lot. Right or wrong, there won't be instant positive feedback, because we have received a lot of awards. However, the market is really cold, and we have suffered a bad time. However, if you look really long term, if you persist, I think it will be only way out. So I'd like to say that stay focused and then go grab it. For example, in X Infinix, in 2019, at the world largest game developers summit, and they had only 100 DAU. So in the developer summit, they don't have a booth. I think that was live. However, in this year, in the world largest game developer summit, most of them are actually the booth of blockchain, and the taxi drivers know blockchain and Polygon, blah blah blah. So I think there will be cycles. However, builders of Web3 need to believe that your continuous effort will actually pay you off. Yeah, that's true. Personally, I participated in permissionless in Miami. I felt that, even in the downtime, just like you said that the normal people are actually interested in, for example, GameFi among other buzzwords. Just now you talked about game and also game development. So as a game developer, what are the inclusion and integration opportunities between Web 2 and Web 3? I think there are a lot of opportunities. Games enjoy a systematic opportunity. I think in Asia, some games are restricted. However, Web 3 world is more promising in the whole world. As a developer, if you go out, you need to cater to different practices, because we actually develop on Apple. If you do, you need to apply for related protocols. So you are actually competing in a red sea. However, there is still blue sea. There are a lot of opportunities. However, at the same time, the perseverance is missing. I think that there will be a new thrive of competition. At the same time, in the traditional world, there aren't many bigger players. Microsoft and Adidas and Nike are already doing things like that. The market of Web 2 and Web 3 will have some kind of integration. Part of the Web 3 world will have applications of Web 2. I think this is the a general trend. There will be a lot of opportunities. Yeah, I agree. I think that like Adidas or Google, the American market and other overseas market, I think there are other players are jumping in. So coming back to your own business, in previous talks, you talk about the business's ecosystem. So what is your eco way? The chain ID in your term is the middle key. Chain ID covers 185 countries. To put it simply, it helps developers to deploy smart protocols. For example, you need a Chain ID. This is a free developer ecosystem. We help them explore in Web3. In the Ethereum, there is a direct link of a Chain ID providing assistance. So this is really in line with the theme of today's summit. We have classified the world into 3 layers. On the top layer, for example, DeFi, GameFi, Metaverse, and in the also there are the evidence storage and also Ethereum, Polygon consensus, and also the Ants, Apple Ledger, Facebook. And right in between, we can actually bridge the top layer and the bottom layer. We just simply name them middle layer. And many community members agree with that. And we think a lot about what kind of a system we are doing. In our understanding, the middle layer is like a water. We can serve different communities. And we will connect with upstream application. And for the downstream, the blockchain system, we will try to help them thrive. To make it simple, it's indispensable. The middle layer actually help the whole system to grow. Just now, you mentioned that the middle layer has already helped 185 countries, the developers, and providing coding encoding service. So Would you please elaborate a little bit on the differences of developers in developed countries, developing countries, and different geographical places or different jurisdictions? Well, as to developer eco, we are very experienced because we keep on doing that. There are a lot of differences. For example, when we first went to Africa, we have met developers of more than 40 countries. We help train 1,000 blockchain engineers, and also we have developed a very close relationship. Ecologically, we know what they are doing, and this year we carry out the hijab. A lot of members participated in different rounds of developer training and developer eco cultivating. In Africa, we have found that Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa are very enthusiastic in the fact that there are many developers participating in our work, and they have a different culture and customs, and some speaking not in English, but they are very nice. They learn and also contribute to the establishment and also construction of Web3. Last year, we have held a rebase connecting 5 cities on the basis of DAO. And this is community based, and we have received the support of Ethereum. We still think that we have found the geek culture. They really love it, and they are willing to contribute and construct. From 2000 to 2001, we have held 2 times of metaverse developer meeting. We have invited the best mentors to help them to understand metaverse and also the Web3 applications in Canada, and also in the university. We have conducted the workshop, the 3-day workshop. I can't actually enumerate all these examples in Singapore, in Pakistan, in many other places, and this is something we are very carefully doing so as to liberalize all efforts. In the first batch of Web3 projects, Euroweb and FanW, we have provided technical support. Our partners join hands to challenge the world arena competitors in CryptoC, Mask, and among other Web3 community and the ecosystem. Whenever called upon, all these partners will co-build. This is very important. And in the in the metaverse ecosystem, this is a very important eco way. And in Ethereum, and this is a multi-link metaverse support. Recently, they have received world-class industrial support. Well, we are willing to help Web3 developers and also to realize and materialize their thoughts and ideas. That's something we are very keen on. Like Zimas, they are artists. eFamous is a very innovative, for example, 14C, Crazy X, very interesting, Amos, very cool remix. And these are our partners, so we provide them with our technical support in uniform. This is a very good Web3, and we actually provide those Web2 businesses to Web3 C blocks. This is the biggest Asian DAO. Well, Ethereum, as you can see, all these logos, they are more than our partners. And we have also entered into a strategic partnership with the Flow. In universities, we have kept a long-term science and technological research and development relationship. The more closer we get, we have more resources, and with more interactions, we aim to provide resources and support, and also help them to support to do more better products. Just like our slogan, we accompany those developers to grow together. Yeah, just now you mentioned you have support all these projects and also your contribution to the community. How can we actually make a bigger cake? You focus on the we. However, while you are supporting these community, you also make sure that other projects will also benefit from the activity. How can you make sure your commercialization and the stable operation? What I really want to ask is, as a very young, successful entrepreneur, what kind of messages of commercialization, the importance of commercialization to other people? Yeah, we really believe that the Web3 is a huge world. However, in this industry, we have less than 1% of the total population. How can we actually bring more people to this industry? I think this is our mission. When we go forward together, we will, of course, make our own value and also achieve ecosystem success. Our message to young entrepreneurs in terms of commercialization, there are many methodologies. You need to know your product, your position, and your market strategy. Well, I don't want to talk too much about that. As a young entrepreneur, I think that in Web3, I have one or two things to talk about. First, if you have a very good idea, please materialize it. Please seize the opportunity. Timing is very important. If you have the instinct to seize the opportunity, lies at the core of the success of Web3. And the other thing, to act on it, and to really do it, to seize the opportunity, to open a new trail. And please don't just rest upon planning, coordinating, just do it. If you can actually take the leap, you need to do it. Go and get it. Just like I said, many big players are also eyeing on this cake. The reason why we take the lead is we have a very good timing, and also we go all out to take the opportunity. Secondly, we need to pay attention to the cash flow. Young entrepreneurs have a PTSD on cash flow. Well, it's normal. That's life. We have vivid thinking. Well, actually, the only failure reason is a lack of cash. So cash flow is very important. As to the founders, whether it is raising the money to provide a service, to make money, or to borrow money, I think this is critical. You need to pay attention to your cash flow. As I remember, the article says that they are enlisted in the accelerator to get $4,000 US. As to the Web3 partners or community, you need to pay attention to your cash flow. How can you make it sustainable? We have a lot of builders who actually fall down the next cycle. I'd like to say that please stick to it.
summarize 一下你刚刚说的，就是对年轻创业者
好，我总结。You have two suggestions. First, timing is good, and also secondly, make sure that you have a very good cash flow. As to the first suggestion, I remember Bill Gates recommended a book in which there is a convergence effect. All the inventions will actually appear in certain time. Well, actually, if Edison didn't invent a light bulb, and light bulb would actually never came up, well, only because Edison kept, error and trial, and also after. At the end of the tunnel, Edison finally invented the light bulb. And there are many cases like the invention of a light bulb. This is not a, individual's incarnation. Well, it's actually a kind of ultimate result of a certain process. And for the next 10 minutes, I'd like to ask a question about the metaverse. I remember you have aired a lot of ideas on metaverse. Metaverse, according to you, is a new space of living. I think you have actually laying out your metaverse. What's on your head? Well, I think this is increase market. Otherwise, it will become a stock. It will be a residual market. Why? No matter what, COVID-19 or other crises, we are accustomed to enjoy this remote service. For example, the remote learning, training. Well, that's true. Web3 has a great role to play. For example, if Facebook or Microsoft or Amazon wants to do the metaverse, these data and assets are actually not connected with each other. And I think nobody can actually play the game of Amazon or Google. So in the future, if there is a metaverse, if I get logged on to the centralized metaverse and enjoy various kinds of service, whenever I enjoy myself, and suddenly I am told that you need to actually log off and log on to another platform. This is not cool, and this has a lot of marginal cost. And nowadays you are accustomed to actually register yourselves to different platforms, wasting a lot of time. If all the humanity in the world are doing this registration, wasting too much time. However, if it is Ethereum, well, all these data can actually prove that it is you, then it is meaningful. And all the Web3 is built on the consensus. In the future, if an account, and then you can sign into this game and that game, and advertise a role can actually be played in this game and the other game. And that is the biggest difference between Web 2 and Web 3. Well, for the time being, you don't enjoy the game on net for the time being, but in the future, if on the consensus we can do all these, and one sign-in can save the time of all players in different applications, and you can feel and play immersed in different games, GameFi, NFT, or EFi, whatever. whatever it is. And Metaverse, you can also enjoy different education program with one account, one sign-in. You can actually save a lot of marginal cost, and that is really fascinating, and that is why I love Metaverse, building upon Web3. And last year, in an important article, I co-wrote this paper with the Professor Cai. I think this is a general big trend which can actually bring a lot of opportunities to this world. And I think that the new generation of will gonna make it. Well, I am really enlightened. Your chain IDE enjoys a role as a supporter in the hackathon. So what will be your expectation for this hackathon? And on your chain ID, will there be any new applications? Well, just now I was told by my colleague, what should I focus on? I think that should be a disruptive innovation. I don't see that in the near future it will be a full application of all Web3. Not necessary. Well, I think that disruptive innovation should be crazy, and we can actually change the world, and we'd like to do the prototype, and these are the ideas we want. I don't expect that you can actually commercialize everything. Well, rather, we'd like to have really interesting ideas to get rooted. Maybe in half a year time, you said that, Mr. Wu, that we have actually improved an idea, and then we have finished the financing, blah, blah, blah. And this is what we are looking for. Whatever crazy your idea, whatever ambition you have, we are to accept it and help it. Yeah, that's the what we want to promote in the ETH Shanghai. And here I'd like to spread the word that we are going to build a network, and next round we have 600 applicants. Hackathon since this morning has already started until June the 3rd, and among the hackathons we have also hold info session and a workshop, inviting some VIPs to answer questions, and also including chain IDE, and also welcome to our hackathons workshop. And also you can on chain IDE start some disruptive application. Well, thank you for this really informative sharing. Yeah, thank you for your invitation.